Kwity. He's going straight back. A spraying target is setting up. Goes deep into the right corner, deep downfield. Tucker Ferguson. Touchdown! The Giants have it. Tucker Ferguson deep in the end zone for a touchdown. And the Giants are out in front now, 41-24.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. I want to do a video here. The Giants signed 3 undrafted free agents. They did it relatively quickly after the draft. They've been a little quiet since the draft and after, picking up these 3 guys. So I want to do a little video. I mean, they're always looking to upgrade, so the guys will be coming and guys will be going. But as of right now, they got 3 undrafted free agents that they picked up. Now, you can never, ever underestimate the power of a undrafted free agent. I mean, look what we got right now with Nick Gates. We had him out there tackle, at one point, we moved him into center. We were thinking about if we drafted a center or something and, in the draft, we could maybe move Gates out to guard. I mean, we could put him anywhere, so we're so lucky that we got him. I'm not saying he's All of Fame or All Pro, nothing, but, he's a very serviceable offensive lineman. And we can put him probably almost anywhere, and he'll do a decent job. So we're so lucky. But, you only have to look back to our last 2 Super Bowl victories that we had to see the power of undrafted free agents. Now, on our offensive line, we had a 2007, we had, with Jacobs and Bradshaw, we had a nice running game going there. We had Rich Seibert, who was our left guard, undrafted free agent, and Sean O'Hara, our center, undrafted free agent. Without those 2 guys, things might have been different that year. But then we got, one guy I want to zone in on is Antonio Pierce, undrafted free agent. He was our middle linebacker, and thank goodness we had him. I'll tell you what. In the championship game against the Packers, frigid conditions, Lambeau Field. It's just past the 2-minute warning. It's like 1:52 left in the first half. Packers got the ball 3rd down and 8 at the Giants' 19-yard line. They got to get down to the 11 to get the first down. Packers are up 7-6. So Favre calls signals, drops back to pass. The Giants are rushing him, and just before they get to him, he throws a screen pass to Brandon Jackson. Brandon Jackson catches it, and there's 3 offensive linemen in front of him, getting ready to block. The only person in between Brandon Jackson, the 3 offensive linemen, and a first down, and possibly even into inside the 10-yard line, is Antonio Pierce. He knifes in through, cuts between 2 of the blockers, gets a hold of Jackson, holding on for like dear life. He held on for like 2-3 seconds, and then Jay Alford comes in from out of nowhere and help bring Jackson down right around the line of scrimmage. If it wasn't for Antonio Pierce making that play, Brandon Jackson gets a first down, possibly inside the 10, and at that point, there was still plenty of time left to go in the first half. The Packers wound up kicking a field goal, but they would have had plenty of time inside the 10. They could have maybe scored a touchdown. If they'd scored a touchdown there, perhaps we don't win the game because we won the game in overtime. The Packers would have been up 14-6 at halftime. Packers scored 10 points in the second half. That would have gave them 24. We had 6. We scored 14 points in the second half. That would have gave us 20. Packers might have won 24-20. We may not have made it to the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Antonio Pierce. And if you saw the play live, it just doesn't do it justice. I mean, as time goes by, it's like you got to really, really appreciate what he did on that one play. It was simply amazing. He took on 3 blockers and made the tackle. Simply amazing. Well, that was our 2007 season. Then we only have to go to our 2011 season. We have 2 more undrafted free agents, Chase Blackburn and the Salsa Man, Victor Cruz out of Massachusetts. I remember I always try to watch the the preseason games, and I remember that season. It was like, the first. I think it was he had like caught touchdown pass in like 3 games in a row. It was like, he caught a touchdown pass. Victor Cruz. I think he had like a single-digit number too, if I'm not mistaken, in preseason. And then the next week he caught another touchdown. I'm like, man, who's that guy? And then the 3rd week in a row he caught another time. I'm like, damn, who is that guy, man? I hope he makes the team. Thank goodness he did. Oh man. But I mean, with Chase Blackburn in the Super Bowl, it was the first play of the 4th quarter. The Patriots had the ball. Brady goes back to pass. I think it was the only turnover of the whole game. Brady goes back to pass, throws a deep ball down the middle to Gronk. Chase Blackburn steps in front of it, jumps up, picks the ball off. Gronk goes up, catches that ball. They got the ball inside the Giants' 10. Maybe they kick a field goal. Maybe they score a touchdown. Maybe the Giants don't win that game if Chase Blackburn doesn't pick that pass off. But maybe we're not even that far if it wasn't for Victor Cruz. I mean, his 82 receptions, 1,536 yards receiving, and 9 touchdowns. Simply amazing. But all that aside, if we go what he did in week 16 against the Jets. We're on the road. Well, we were on our home stadium, but we were the away team. But we're down 7-3. It's 2 minutes 27 seconds left to go at halftime. We're at our own 1-yard line. We're just trying to get some yards. Maybe if we're lucky, maybe get a first down if we're lucky. If not, just get a few yards to get away from the end zone. But regardless, if we don't get the first down, we're punting the ball out of our end zone. The Jets get the ball maybe inside the 50. Maybe they kick another field goal before halftime. Maybe they score a touchdown. Maybe they go up 10-3. Maybe they go up 14-3. Maybe the game's out of reach by then. But no. Manning drops back in his own end zone, hits Victor Cruz. He puts on an unbelievable move, goes down the sideline all the way, and puts us up 10-7. With 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go at halftime. And he does the salsa. Throws the ball against the wall there and he does the salsa. Puts up 10-7, up 10-7 at halftime. We go on to win 29-14. We had to win that game or else we're not making the playoffs. Then the last week, we're at home once again. But this time we're playing the Cowboys. We're 8-7. They're 8-7. Whoever wins is winning the division, going to the playoffs. Victor Cruz puts us on the board with a 74-yard touchdown reception in the first quarter, put us up 7-0, and helped put us up. We went up 21-0. Cowboys came back, make it 21-14. Then we pulled away from those chump-ass Cowboys, and we kicked their ass 31-14. We won the division, and we went on to win the Super Bowl. But don't ever underestimate the power of a undrafted free agent. Every now and then you find a diamond in the rough. So far we've got 3, all right? Not saying any of them are diamonds in the rough, all right? But we got 3 of them. All right, the first one is Brett Hagee, a center from Florida. Now he's played center and he's played both guard positions. Now, once again, I do apologize. I look around. I saw 6'5", 320 pounds. I saw 6'4", 310 pounds. So. He's a big guy, okay? As I said, he played center and both guard positions. This past season, he only had two penalties this past season. He's kind of projected to be a center because he's kind of good, at like letting things come to him, or if a guard's blocking, so helping out. He's not real good at getting maybe to the second level, or pulling or anything like that. Snapping the ball and protecting an area seems like his strong point, which would wind up putting him at center. So I don't project him to be a guard at the next level, but who knows? We'll see. In 2020, all right, he didn't allow any sacks. He allowed 1 hit and he allowed 6 hurries. Now he didn't allow any sacks, and they played some good competition, right? LSU, they played Georgia, they played Alabama, they played Oklahoma. I mean, they played some, they played Kentucky. They played some good players, good teams. And 2,157 snaps. He's only allowed 9 sacks and 39 pressures. And out of those 39 pressures, 20 of them came in 2019 when he was playing a guard. All right, so he seems a lot more adept, and being a lot better at being a center. So we'll have to wait and see. The second one was, so they got an offensive lineman, which is a huge help because they didn't draft any. But now the next one they got is Raymond Johnson III from Georgia Southern, edge rusher. All right, so we're trying to stockpile on those edge rushers, so that's very good. Now, I saw a 6'2", 260. I saw a 6'3", 270. So now the problem here is he's kind of maybe like an in-betweener. I mean, because he put on like about 40 pounds since the time he got to college. So he's putting on some good quality weight. The thing is that, if he's going to be an edge rusher, I mean, it's tough to be, 270, 280 and be a real solid, quick edge rusher. But then again, if he gets a little lighter, he'd be a good edge rusher, but then he may not be able to play in the line. So it's kind of tough. He's kind of like a tweener. It's kind of tough to find out exactly where he's going to wind up playing. But in college, he's played Georgia Southern, so the competition was a little, not quite SEC material, okay? But Chris Pettit from the Giants says, if you're one of those schools, okay, that doesn't play superior competition, the one thing he looks for is, at that level, did you dominate? Yes, he did. I mean, in his 4-year career, he only had 18 sacks. Okay, so that's not absolutely phenomenal, but he's got a Leo the Lion kind of thing going on here. In his 4 years, he had 147 pressures. All right, he had 108 tackles in 4 seasons. So, 147 pressures in 4 seasons. That's pretty good. In 2020, his rush defense was an 89.5. His pass rush defense was a 90.3. His total defense by Pro Football Focus in 2020, it was a 91.9, his overall defense grade. So that's pretty impressive. And each year, his grade got better and better. In 2018, he was an 83.3, his overall defensive grade. 2019, he was an 86.5. And then last year, he was at 91.9. So each year, he keeps getting a little bit better and a little bit better. And a 91.9 is, regardless of what your competition is, 91.9 is pretty good. Now, is that going to translate over to the NFL? We'll have to wait and see. But it's certainly worth taking a shot on him because, I mean, he had a pretty decent college career. Then our third undrafted free agent, okay, is Jake Burton, all right, another offensive lineman. He's a big man, 6'6", 312 pounds. Now, he played 3 years for UCLA. His first year, he really didn't play too much. But 17, 18, and 19, he was with UCLA. 2020, transferred over to Baylor. All right, he played at UCLA. He played a few snaps at left tackle, nothing big. Most of his snaps were at right tackle when he was at UCLA. When he transferred over to Baylor in 2020, he was a right guard. All right, he'll probably be what I'm reading is that if he does make a team and all and everything, he'll probably be a guard. No, not a tackle. When he was with UCLA, his last year, now it's weird, but his last year at UCLA, when he was a tackle, his pass block rate was a 78.8. His run blocking was a 78.4. So that's not too bad. Now when he went to Baylor, all right, his senior year, his last year at Baylor, all right, his pass blocking grade was a 74.5, so it went down. His run blocking grade was a 56.2 when he was a guard. His overall grade was a 57.4. So it's just a little weird. I mean, he's at UCLA, he's playing tackle, his numbers are better. He goes to Baylor, becomes a guard, his numbers get worse. He's a guard, and he's projected to be a guard in the NFL. But as I said, we'll wait and see. Who knows? But I mean, it's nice to see we got a few guys in there, especially on the offensive line, because if we can find another diamond in the rough like Nick Gates, that would be huge. As I said, you just have to wait and see. Guys are going to come and go. We might want to pick up a few more guys. We'll have to wait and see. But we got 3 undrafted free agents, And never, ever underestimate the power of an undrafted free agent, because if you can find one, not very easy, but if you can find one, yes, they can help you, lead you to a Super Bowl victory. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there, and go Giants! Woo!